So last week I brought you good news, but this week, unfortunately, I am bringing you some pretty awful news for the real estate market as a whole. This Thursday, stay tuned because I'm going to be doing a video of a full breakdown of what I think is going on with the real estate market and where I think things are going to be headed. But today, let's talk about this bad news as it applies to Irvine. It's Andrew Parker, your real estate agent here in sunny Southern California, helping you with real estate needs. If you or anyone you know is looking to buy or sell around Orange County, feel free to give me a call. I would be happy to help out. Also, be sure to hit that subscribe and like button. You guys have been killing it recently. Let's keep the momentum. Thank you so much for adding to this awesome community. Also, if you're an investor in the real estate market of Orange County and you've been looking for some off-market deals, we have a few going on right now in Costa Mesa. We've got some in Corona Del Mar and then also some down in South County. So if you've been looking for a home but you don't want to compete with the rest of the market, feel free to give me a call or a text and I can shoot over some info for you and get things squared away. Now, like I mentioned in the teaser of this video, I am going to be doing a full breakdown video this Thursday of what is going on in the real estate market, where I think things are going to be headed. And if you're interested in that, make sure you got your calendar marked so you can stay informed. But nonetheless, let's dive into the not so great news going on in Irvine. Okay, let's start things off with the new listings brought to the market during the month of May in 2022 for Irvine. We went down from April, which was at 353, down to 324. So unfortunately, we saw a bit of a decrease there. That is a 19.4% decrease year over year if we go back to 2021. Now, I did the 4-year running average excluding 2020. So 2017, 18, 19, and 21. During the month of May, we usually have an average of 416 new listings brought to the market. Right now, we're about 23% down from that 4-year running average. And just to give you a bit of a visual representation, usually our May is going to be around the peak of the year. So back in 2017, it was the peak for new listings. 2018, very close to it. 2019, it was. Let's exclude 2020 because that's the beginning of the pandemic and it threw a wrench in the real estate market. But 2021, very close to the peak as well for new listings. Right now, we are nowhere near this horizontal gray line up here, if you can check that out, at 400 new listings. We are very much trending downward from April, and we really need to be seeing this going up during this time of the year. Sellers, if I have not harped on it enough in my past videos, let me harp on it one more time. This right here needs to be on your radar. Our active listings have gone up from April and 303 up to 364 in May. That is still 15.3% down from what we saw in April of 2021, but that is a 20% increase month over month from April to May. The reason why this is so important for you is our new listings trended down very sharply, yet our active listings have gone up very sharply. That is indicative of homes not selling. Homes are not selling right now as quickly as they used to be. And we are going to look at our days on market on this, but my belief is that days on market right now is a bit lagging compared to the rest of the data. I think we're going to start to see some bigger numbers coming in later on, but we can get to that in a second. All you need to know right now is that active listings are currently being built on overpriced homes that are not selling. You need to price your home fairly in order to get these bids in and purchase, and we'll also check in a second on that original price percentage so you can see just how few of the bidding wars are going on right now. Another number that really needs to be on your radar right now for our sellers out there are the pending sales. This is our indicator of demand in the market. Right now, over the past 2 months, it has been trending downward. Not when we want to be seeing it trend downwards. Unfortunately, we went from 289 in March down to 255 in April, down to 189 in May. That is 44.2% down from what we saw in May of 2021. And even worse, month over month, we are down 26% from April. And then if we add that together from what we saw in March, we are down 35% from the amount of demand we saw in March, during a time of the year where this should be shifting upward. So for our sellers out there, this goes to show you that so many buyers just left the building. So many buyers are now not looking to purchase homes anymore because of the fact that interest rates have shot up so much. Who can blame them? Everything just got super, super expensive. And if you're a seller right now, it is so important to price your home properly. That way you can actually bring in all the buyers who still are there. People who are unaffected by interest rates are going to be your cash buyers. So making sure that you cater to those cash buyers is going to be super important. And to all my cash buyers out there, you got a huge leg up right now. And that's what I'm telling all my cash clients. You guys are in a really great opportunity where you just lost about 35% of your competition from March. That's really good for you. Not so great for everybody else. Now, what about our closed sales? Our closed sales did go down as well from 272 in April down to 254 in May. That is 30% less than what we saw in May of 2021, so that's not good. But right now, our closed transactions is actually lower than every single May in the past 4 years, excluding 2021. So that is also not good. We want to be seeing these closed transactions be up a bit more. All right, let's talk about the median days on market. We have been trending upward for the past few months, up to 8 days on market for the median. That is at 0% from what we saw in May of 2021, so at the same level there. And then if we go over to the average, this has been trending upward as well for the past 3 or 4 months, up to 15 days on market. That is still 28% down from what we saw in 2021. So that's good. You can still sell your home very quickly, but what's really important to notice are the trends. This has been trending very steadily, incredibly steadily, almost linear for the past few months. And that's really important to acknowledge as you sellers out there, because if it continues to do so, that means that arguably homes are going to take longer and longer to sell. So that's another reason why you want to make sure that your home is priced properly, because unfortunately, some of the sellers don't know this information and are still looking for the sky-high prices that we saw in 2021. And because of that, if they are not acknowledging the fact that our buyers just took a massive hit for their interest rates, then they're not going to be able to sell as quickly as you. So I want you to win the race. You guys keep holding this number down as much as possible if you can. And the best advice is to, one, work with me. That'd be great. But then also make sure that you price your home at fair market value. All right, now our month supply of inventory. This is an indicator of what type of market we're in. Because of the fact that we are so low, down at 1.4, we are still in a seller's market. We've been in a seller's market for a very long time. Seller's market is below 6 months. Anything above that is considered a buyer's market. But even though we are low into a seller's market, what's super important to acknowledge is ever since December, we were at 0.6 months. Now we are at 1.4. We have been trending upward ever since then. So for the past 6 months, we have been trending up, up, up. And that means that negotiating leverage is going to start shifting a teeny tiny bit into the buyer's hands. This does not mean for you buyers out there that you're going to get everything you could ever ask for and that you're going to be able to negotiate your hearts out and win everything. No, not at all. But what might be happening right now, and we're seeing a ton of it, is escrows are starting to fall out. People are not able to continue through escrows because some thing comes up. They might get buyer's remorse and they exit because they feel like they spent too much on the home. And that's happening, unfortunately, a ton right now. So if you are a seller, be aware that your buyer is probably going to need a little bit of coaxing and excitement throughout escrow to make sure that they are happy and get through escrow successfully. You don't want to be a seller who falls in and out of escrow multiple times to the point where you get hit by all of the craziness going on with interest rates. Eventually, that is going to lead to massive price decreases, in my opinion. I think so. And that is really important to avoid. So right now, make sure at the top of your list is not necessarily, I want the highest price. You should want a successful escrow. That should be the name of the game right now. Now, our price per square foot is so high that my face is in the way. We are up to $727. That is 34% up from what we saw last year in May. And that is only $6 per square foot up on the median from April. If we go over to the average, we are up 33.9% year over year at $739. But that is only $4 per square foot up from April. Now, what's important to note is obviously price per square foot is still super, super high. But it looks like it's slowing down just a little bit for this month. The previous month in March had a pretty massive jump, so it's not too stable yet to know exactly where this is going to go. We don't see any accurate trends yet, but we want to keep an eye on this because this also could be a bit of a lagging indicator in terms of what's going on with these interest rates, and we might start to see this slow down, if not start to go down. One thing that is stopping are our bidding wars. Unfortunately, they're starting to slow down a ton. They're still over list price right now on the median level, but you can see we've been trending downward for the past 3 months. We are at 104.3 on the median level, meaning that homes are selling for 4.3% over the original listed price, down from our peak in February, which is at 8.6% over list price. If we go over to the average, same story here, been trending downward for the past 3 months, down to 105.5. So still way over list price. 5% over list price on an average for a massive city like Irvine is not too bad. But at the same time, we have been trending downward. You would be a bit of a silly fool person if you don't take this into consideration when you price your home. Don't expect these crazy bidding wars anymore. If they do come, great. That is exciting for you. But don't be too cocky to the point where you get yourself out of those bidding wars before they can even begin by pricing your home so high. People aren't paying it. As you can see, it is going down from there. So if this were trending upward like it used to be, I'd be telling you, hey man, let's just throw some numbers out there and see if they stick. But right now, that is not the name of the game. That is not what will get your home sold. Now, what about the sales price? On the median level, we are up to $1,332,500. That is 34.7% up from last May in 2021. And you can see, though, we did see a pretty steep drop month over month from April. If we go over to the average, we are up to $1,548,878. That's 28.4% up from what we saw last year in May. And we did see another decrease here as well from $1.64 million. That is about a 6% decrease month over month. So I don't know if we're going to see that shoot back up because we have so many different pressures going against the prices right now because our buyers are losing so much that unfortunately so much purchasing power that unfortunately I don't know that we're going to be seeing this shoot back up. Maybe for 1 or 2 random months, but I think this is probably going to start leveling out if not going down. And the way that I'm explaining it to a lot of my clients is think about a ski slope. If you have been going up the ski lift throughout the whole year and you're so excited, and then all of a sudden you get to the top and you look around and there's nowhere higher to go. But then you start to ski for maybe 30 yards and you're on the downhill turn, but you're still super high. And that's where we are in this market right now. You're still so high right now, it makes sense to sell because look at all the appreciation you gained from 2020. You've gained so much money in your home right now, and it's really important to take advantage of that if your goals are to sell. If you've been holding on to cash in as much as you can, now is the last call. I've been saying that for a while, and I think it's important to take advantage of it now. That's been Market Monday. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video useful, please consider leaving a like and subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a ton. Also, be sure to follow Andrew Parker Realty on all social media for more property tours, market updates, and real estate tips. And finally, if you have any questions or comments of your own, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. I would be happy to respond or make a video answering the questions that you guys have. All right, I'll see you in the next one.